Get down on your knees and pay 1,000 more fools are being born every fucking day.
Tonight's show is brought to you by...
It's finally here, brother. The great pandemic of our time. You know, those elites have been talking about this for a long time, and now, well, they're doing it. They're culling the population down to 800 million worldwide. And it all starts with the coronavirus. From Wuhan to a Chinese buffet near you, from sea to shining sea. And if you don't want your wife, your son, your daughter, your mother to be the next infected corpse thrown on top of the pile in the incinerator, well, you gotta go to highdesertsupply.com. Order a full body protective suit. Keep your family safe. Or don't. See if I care. I'm ready. My compound is prepared. We've been prepared for this for years, brother. Yeah, I could tell. I knew when they had that bird flu thing, the swine flu thing, I knew that wasn't the real one, but the coronavirus, that's the real deal, because it's like the lime and the coconut.
Hello, and welcome to the War on Morons, where we speak truth to stupidity. I'm Anissa.
And I'm Jay.
Thanks for tuning in, and please remember to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Also, we want to take this moment to remind you that you can be a part of the show anytime by calling our call-in line, 813-906-9099. Call in live or leave us a voicemail. Either way, we want to hear from you.
Absolutely. And speaking of, we actually have a couple of guests in the studio today.
Yeah, we're really excited. We have our friends over here. We have Gabbi and Deus.
Hey there, y'all.
Hi.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Excited to have you.
Good to be here. First time.
You guys are lovely people.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to ask you guys before we get into tonight's show, just to kind of warm you guys up, is who is your favorite moron? And you guys can answer collectively or individually. That's up to you.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. John Travolta. Oh, okay.
John Travolta. Favorite moron? Nicolas Cage.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
He's actually my favorite smart person.
John Travolta, it's a pretty bold choice in Clearwater.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then-
calling you out. Come find me. I'm just kidding. Don't find me.
Challenge accepted.
Right?
Ooh, big shouts out to Tekashi 6ix9ine. I think he's real bold.
Is that like a YouTuber?
He's a gun rapper with rainbow teeth. He's Latino. He got arrested for charges of gun trafficking
Wait,
and having
isn't
sex
he
with
the
a minor.
snitch?
What? Yeah, he's the snitch.
The gangster snitch there is.
The most
Wow.
gangsterous snitch that there is, and the most snitchiest gangster that there is.
I'm
Stop
surprised-
talking him up.
Surprised we haven't featured him on the show, actually.
Actually, our surprise guest
Live from witness protection. On that note, let's get into today's stories.
For our first story of the night, we've got a headline that Tinder does not want you to know about. They met on a dating app, and for their first date, he robbed a bank and forced her to be his getaway driver.
Ooh, how romantic.
Oh, yeah.
Sexy.
Was this in Florida? Nope. Massachusetts, surprisingly.
Darn.
I mean, it all really went tits up when the victim picked the robber up for their date from his parents' home. So, if you have to pick him up at his parents' house, that's red flag number one.
Numero uno. Yeah,
Just goes to show you should always meet in a public place, I think.
I don't know. He's not going to be living with mom and dad for long if he keeps doing these robberies.
So maybe save his number because now he's going to be living on his own, or maybe sharing a bunk with a bunch of boys
Yeah.
in a cage.
Well, the question is how old is he? Right? Because
Right.
if you're in your 30s and you're getting picked up from your mom's house, and it's like, oh, he's probably a criminal. But if you're 19, it's like, maybe he's got a bag of weed on him.
Or,
It's, you know,
but
maybe-
nowadays, 34 is the new 19 because he could have just been finishing up his, med school career for all she knew, living at mom and dad's at 32 nowadays in 2020. I mean, it's 2020, guys. Everyone's
know.
living with their mom and dad.
Yeah,
That's
let's not
true.
be so judgmental.
Yeah, give it a second chance.
Moving on.
Speaking of of romantic disasters, one woman is in the news for getting a little too frisky after going bowling.
Who hasn't been there?
I know, right? Like, this woman, Rebecca Duarte, was a 23-year-old who clearly hasn't learned how to hold her liquor quite yet. She went drinking and bowling and returned home hoping to get lucky, but her boyfriend was surprisingly unreceptive to her advances. So, naturally, she punched out the glass front windows to their home and started pushing her 51-year-old boyfriend around.
Just another Tuesday night in Pinellas Park.
Right? I mean,
I think everyone's focusing, like, wow, so entitled of the girl to, get turned down and then punch out windows, but like, who the fuck is the man to turn down the advances of someone who's like 30 years is? Where else are you gonna get it?
well,
You're
right.
51 years old.
And you lock down a
drunk 23-year-old?
She's got the libido of two 18-year-olds smushed into one 23-year-old young lady bod.
True.
And you're saying, no thanks, hon. I think we should call it a night. Of
Maybe
course
he
she's
couldn't-
punching out windows.
Well,
Maybe
she
he
did
couldn't
go
find his
bowling
heart
without
medication.
him.
Oh, she went without him?
Yeah.
I thought they were seductively bowling together.
No,
like a
no,
scene from
she-
Ghost where they were bowling. He was behind her.
No, he was missing all the hot bowling action altogether.
So that's what happened. He didn't get turned on. He wasn't at the bowling alley.
Guys, go bowling with your girls. You'll get turned on too, and then you'll be on the same page, and no one has to go to jail.
Who
I don't
doesn't
know.
like to watch a girl play with some balls? I mean,
Right?
come on.
Oh, totally. Who, some girl goes out, my girl goes out, and she's like, oh yeah, everyone's gonna go like 3 fingers deep.
He's like, I'm
Just to get it
there.
started, and it's like,
If that's where you're
I'm good.
starting.
If that's where you're
Yeah.
starting,
Yeah.
I thought
You
this was
better
going to
be
be a whole
prepared.
different kind of party.
maybe, I was gonna take it racial, about a black bowling ball just attacking 10 pins in an alley,
Oh, God.
That's just her kind of scene.
Yeah.
Rebecca Duarte. Shout out to Rebecca Duarte and her 10 pins.
Yeah,
whatever that
it's only
means to
gonna go
her.
up from here, Rebecca.
Rebecca, 10 pins Duarte. That she's now
10
known.
pins!
And that's-
It used to be Becky, now it's 10 pins.
10 pins.
10 pin Duarte. Got more street cred. 10 pin Duarte. Copyright. You can't have that nickname.
Well, speaking of questionable taste, the sights and sounds of a Florida Dollar Tree were apparently too much to resist for Toronto's Blue Jay catcher Reese McGuire, who was arrested for masturbating in his SUV parked in the parking lot of the low-end retailer. Police found him with a very apparent erection, his shirt barely covering his genitals, and his sweatpants around his ankles on a Friday afternoon.
Not even just around the knees. We're going full.
Full
You have
ankle.
to actually make that much of an effort, especially if you're in a car. You know what I mean? Like to pull
Yeah.
your pants down to that degree. 110% commitment, and that's what got him so far in baseball, and that's what got him so far in life. I say, what's your name? Reese?
McGuire.
You
Reese.
do you, boo. You're
I don't know,
clearly-
dude. He might have gotten a little too excited. I mean, the deals aren't that great at Dollar Tree.
Yeah, I mean, it takes spring training to a whole new meaning.
He was working on precision, stroke.
Oh my god.
Okay, so what's curious about this is he plays for an MLB team. He had no reason to be at a Dollar Tree, which means
Aha.
he was driving somewhere and had the irresistible urge to pull over immediately and just start beating it, and he wanted to take it slow, because if you want to do it fast, as a man, you don't need a whole lot. You don't need to make noise. You just need a little bit of a grip on the tip. You don't need to have the full pants hanging
Full
around the
pants,
ankles
right,
while you're
right,
sitting
right.
in your tinted
He
SUV.
got
You don't
Yeah.
need to.
He
You
got
don't
caught.
need
What
to.
if you want to?
He worked hard.
It's a power move. It's a power move. He's rich now. He wanted to go look at everyone he was richer than
That's
in
a
the
good
parking
point.
lot. You know what I
That,
mean?
that has
We're
to be
not
right.
looking at all the
20 years from now,
variables.
this guy's going to be running for president.
Do you think he was wearing his uniform?
I
Like,
hope
with
he
the
was.
catcher's mask?
Oh,
just like staring out the window?
That's another time.
I remember when I used to have to stop at Dollar Tree. Not anymore, bitches. I made it. It was like a weird revenge masturbation.
I'll buy that for $1.
Oh, gross.
Oh my god.
Enough about that one. I've had enough of that guy.
Oh, it's not going to get better, because while we're on the topic of perverted Floridians,
Do we ever leave the topic of perverted Floridians?
Never. There's so much good material.
Oh, wait a minute. He was from Toronto and he's in Florida during this?
That's where their spring training is.
Build the wall.
Get this. So another Florida man was arrested for putting his balls in a patient's mouth in a hospital.
Don't do it.
Yeah, this Florida man saw a 75-year-old woman in a hospital bed and thought, I gotta get my balls wet. I mean,
no.
Luckily the victim does not remember this at all. So there's that small blessing. But how did he get caught? Well, there was live security footage in the room, which he probably should have known considering he worked there.
Did he really work there?
Hold on.
Yeah.
How did they ask her? Right? Did they show her the footage and be like, do you remember this?
No!
Does this ring a bell?
Hey, someone's being arrested right now for putting their balls in your mouth while you were on dialysis.
Do
you remember that?
What they do is they're like, Miss McGrettel, we're gonna have you close your eyes and put these 2 moist socks in your mouth.
Now,
Does
these
that
are
feel
gauze.
familiar?
Does that feel familiar? That's so funny.
I get the sense that this guy, just like our Blue Jays catcher, he probably kind of got off on it. I bet he was looking over his shoulder,
Kinda.
grinning at the
Kinda.
camera.
Giving a thumbs
He
up.
was like, hey, how you doing?
You know.
Do you think he had his pants around his ankles too?
Oh, fingers.
Or was he wearing like a
He's
catcher's
in it.
mask? You know?
It was the same guy. It was the same guy.
We're
Reese
on to you,
McGuire.
Reese.
Oh man, looks like we're getting a call in. Not
Hey,
surprised.
313, Detroit.
Hey, that's where you're from.
All
baby.
right, awesome. Hey, caller, state your name and where you calling from.
Yeah, this is Quinta. I'm from Detroit. How you doing?
Hey,
Oh.
LaQuinta.
Hi.
Hey,
Yeah,
Detroit.
you're Quinta. I just want to call about these motherfuckers you talking about. They ain't even doing it right. How the hell you gonna get money for sticking balls in some old lady mouth? Come on now.
I'm sorry,
That's stupid.
LaQuinta, are you saying you have a problem with the balls going into the mouth, or what's...
No, I ain't got a problem with that. I ain't got a problem. Look, let me tell you something about me, honey. All right, when I'm getting with these men, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want to do with me. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give me some fucking money. So I got these men. I think they call it catfishing. They call it catfishing. You meet these men. You meet them on the internet. You meet them on the Tinder, on the phone. And then I say, honey, you gotta buy me some gifts. You gotta give me something. You ain't getting nothing from me unless you give me something, motherfucker. You.
Well, that's,
You know what I'm saying?
that's horrible.
Wait. Are you meeting them in person? I'm LaQuinta, are you catfishing them? Like, are you giving a fake identity and then you're robbing them? I thought are you fucking them?
No,
Or?
it ain't robbing them, honey. It ain't robbing them. It's called romance. It's called
Wow.
romance. You send them a picture of your feet. You send them a picture of your feet. Some of them want to see the cones and bunions. They act that shit. You say, you want to see the whole hole. You better put some fucking money in my cash app, you motherfucker. You.
LaQuinta,
You know what I'm saying?
is this your only job, or what other projects do you got going on?
Bitch, it's a hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, is
I
this your only
guess.
hustle,
Hold
LaQuinta?
on. Hey, you shut your fucking mouth. I'm on the TV, you fucking bitch.
What the hell's happening?
Hey,
LaQuinta,
you know,
you-
I'm serious.
No, this is actually a podcast. It's not going to go on TV, LaQuinta. We don't have a recording of you anywhere. Or your
What
face.
the hell a podcast?
A podcast. It's something people listen to for entertainment, audio.
Like the radio. The- I think we can't tell if we lost her or not.
This is
Hey,
getting really
LaQuinta,
weird.
LaQuinta,
You still there? Look,
Okay, I'm gonna let you go,
These
LaQuinta.
Hold on.
children making so much noise. I apologize.
it's okay. We got a question for you.
Who are you yelling at?
That's my kids. You know how these fucking children can be. They making all this noise. I'm trying to give you some good content for your TV show.
What are you giving us?
What is
What-
wrong with you?
Did she say content?
She's talking to her children that way?
Wait, how old are the kids?
Hold on.
Wait. LaQuinta, how many
He's trying to
kids?
change the TV.
How many kids do you have?
I'm gonna beat this child. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
kill
God,
this child.
LaQuinta, no!
LaQuinta.
Fucking murder this
LaQuinta,
child.
What the hell was that?
I've been saying it for a while now. I really think we should get a phone screen. If we can have guests, we can have a phone screen, right?
Yeah, that would probably make
Somebody
sense.
should call Child Protective Services.
No, LaQuinta, she sounds like she's been doing this a while. She knows what she's doing.
You
Yeah, I
think
don't-
she's a seasoned vet?
Yeah, I don't think DCF is going to do anything to stop that.
Yeah. I mean,
I
who
think she
names
has
their
them
kid
all.
LaQuinta? Isn't that a hotel?
Like,
Maybe she was named after where she was made.
Jeez. Sometimes I'm ashamed to say I'm from that city.
LaQuinta?
Nothing but the best. Detroit, so.
I wish I was from a LaQuinta, but anyway, let's get a palate cleanser or something. This is
Okay.
ridiculous.
Well, out of
Yeah,
Detroit and back to Florida, man.
Oh,
We've got a shoplifting Florida man who fled a store while stripping naked as steaks fell out of his pants. The manager of a Save-A-Lot confronted the man when other customers reported him stuffing steaks into his pants, and police then spotted him running out of the store naked. When he refused to stop, he was tased.
You know what? Now I'm starting to get it. There's no pantsing these stories. You know what the common denominator is?
Florida!
No! Florida in February, guys. Love. You can't do February, the month of romance, with your pants on.
That's true. That's true. In Florida, we all just take our pants off in
For
February.
You have to be prepared.
But just really soak in something that's not sweaty. You know? That's really what it is. Oh, God. So, wait. What was he doing with the steaks? He was,
No, he was trying to steal them by stuffing them down his pants.
And then they were chasing him, and...
So he took his pants off in the chase?
Right, I
It
guess
seems
he
like-
figured no evidence, no...
But now he's got no steak. So now you're just another naked man running around in February Florida weather. Great,
Because
good
it's
job.
not a crime to run around a grocery store with no pants on.
I want to know if the steaks got cooked when he got tased. Like a little,
Ah!
like a little bit.
Science.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They'd be nice and rare.
If any of you guys are scientists, please feel free to call in and let us know how that works. 813-906.
What if the cops were chasing him out, and as they tased him, right, and there's just like steaks shaking in his pants or whatever, and they look up and they just see some dude wearing the baseball catcher's mask in an SUV just staring at
Oh my god.
Oh, we're never going to let that one go.
That's really funny.
Just like the catcher from the Blue Jays.
He's got a grip problem.
Speaking of men with their pants down, this next story is kind of proof that the spirit of Florida man can overtake anyone, even if you're not from Florida.
Oh.
We had a traveling Michigan resident in St. Petersburg,
Mm.
and the man was arrested midstream while taking a piss on the bumper of a marked police car.
Well,
On the bumper,
that's just what you get
Yeah.
if you're going to come over here from Michigan. What are you doing over here?
Yeah.
Apparently you're fighting the power.
Yeah, right?
Why the
cop
bumper
car.
instead of the door handle?
I mean, honestly...
Why are you giving them better ideas?
I'm just saying, if you're gonna go to jail for something.
Make them touch your pee-pee.
I would hate to be the cop who had to, deal with that. There were other cops in the area that were looking at this, and they were like, oh, you're new, you're dealing with this one. You go
Right.
get this guy.
Or if it's oh, that's Sheridan's car. His car always is the one to get pissed or pooed on.
It might be a much more regular occurrence than we know.
Yeah, I mean, in Florida. That's why they retire so early.
I think it's pretty safe to say that this gentleman was white.
I don't know.
Please
I
place
don't-
your bets now.
I just feel like if I feel, let's look at Trayvon, right? I mean, he got killed, and this guy was pissing on the cop car, and then they just simply grabbed his hands while he was mid pee. They didn't
Yeah, that's a good point.
They didn't tase him. They didn't.
There was no reports of violence.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's such a good
he was-
opportunity, too.
Calmly peeing on a cop car.
Was the cop wearing a body cam? Because if there was no, you could have just killed the guy.
That's true.
Right.
Do we know where where the perp is? Do we know that he's not been murdered?
I don't know for sure.
Anyone with any information, please feel free to come forward.
Yes, call in. Let us know.
We're very concerned.
While we're on the topics of cops, I would not want to be a woman attacked a retired cop after mistaking his birthday hat for a MAGA cap. So anybody who's familiar with MAGA caps, the Make America Great Again pro-Trump hats,
Very red.
very red, very pro-Trump.
Little white.
A retired New York Police Department detective who hails from Staten Island claimed he was celebrating his 50th birthday with his spouse and friends in Nashville when he was hit in the face by a woman who took umbrage over his choice of headwear. The hat in question was styled to resemble a, MAGA hat, but it actually read "Make 50 Great Again."
Bum, 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 bum.
What I'm getting from this story is like they're basically saying, it would have been okay. Like, look, if he was wearing one of those "Make America Great Again" hats, well, then he would have been a bad guy.
That's
then
why
it's
it was a
okay to
valid
assault
excuse.
him.
Right. She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were wearing a MAGA hat."
Yeah.
And he's just covering his bloody eye, like, "Oh!" And then they all laugh like a
And you're like,
sitcom.
that makes it okay.
Oh, I see.
Assaulting your political opponents is all a-okay nowadays, apparently.
It's 2020.
When was 50 ever great?
Right, it should be make 50 great, period. Not
Right.
50 great again.
50 in itself is new.
Or make
200
me
years
30
ago,
again.
who was living to 50?
They were like,
a
"What's a
couple
50?"
people now and then,
Right.
you know? I
A
mean,
couple
most,
of rich people.
a lot of
mind you.
founding fathers died before they were 50.
That's true.
Yeah, and they
right?
looked old. They were 40, but they had the weathered, leathered faces of a 100-year-old man.
Well, they
Because-
didn't have sunscreen.
Exactly. Times were tougher then.
They were.
So what we're trying to say is that change the hat. The real crime is that the hat should have said "Make 50 Great." Period.
The real crime is that he was wearing a birthday hat. How obnoxious is that?
That's true.
Let's get to
That's
the
true.
real problems. That's what we're here to
Like,
do.
it's my birthday. He's 50 years old. Dude, you've had 49 other birthdays. It's not that special, man. You don't need to go make custom clothing items to say, "Hey, everybody, I had a birthday this year."
I'm a birthday boy.
Fucking
again.
Has
surprise.
there ever been another 50-year-old in the history, another group of 50-year-olds that could ever celebrate their birthday by, I don't know, getting in their air-conditioned SUV and watching porn on their phone as they beat off in a parking lot with a Patrick mask on?
Oh,
You know? Oh, just saying.
You're just like on this. We're Reese.
I just- I
You're
really
giving
wanna
us so
do
much
it.
Shit.
I want to go to a Blue Jays game this year.
Let's
Yeah,
support
right.
baseball.
Oh, my
I
God.
hope they sell this guy's jersey.
This episode is sponsored
I
by
don't know
baseball.
if they sell enough Tide
To
to
stick
make
up
me
for
feel comfortable
Florida,
wearing his
we
jersey.
should go to Toronto and beat off in a parking lot of theirs.
It's
They haven't
only
even
fair.
scored.
It's
Right.
only fair.
It's only fair. They shot first.
That's right. That's right.
And thus the Great War began.
While the victim in our last story wasn't actively supporting Trump, this guy certainly is. A Trump supporter in Florida has been barred from bringing his life-size cutout of the president to his dialysis treatments. That's right, Nelson Gibson was told by his dialysis treatment center that it was too much and it wasn't a rally. He said no one had objected when he started bringing in a small picture of Mr. Trump with him to the treatments 3 times a week. I mean, honestly, guys, while it may be
Wow.
bizarre to some people, I say whatever helps you cope with the 3.5-hour treatment, so long as it doesn't hurt anyone, should be allowed. But that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Bringing in a picture of anyone's face.
I
You know,
mean-
you should be able to do it alone. I don't know. That's just my
I mean, what if he's related to Trump? What if Trump's like his brother
Great.
or something?
brother.
I just think this
Right.
guy's an awesome shit poster is what he is.
Yeah.
Like, he's
What
an
a great
older
troll.
guy, and he realizes that he could fuck with people this way.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
The kind of guy that read
Yeah.
the handbooks and is like, there's nothing specifically against this.
Yeah. Oh, I need that. If I don't have my cardboard cutout of Mr. Trump, I'm going to die.
Seems like he's making fun of the safe space movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's proof that no matter how bleak your life is, you're on consistent dialysis treatments, you can always have a choice to do
Make
the
your own-
funny thing.
To make your own fun.
Yeah,
Make
that's
America
awesome.
fun again.
You know, I think it would be fun to have like different cardboard cutouts. Like I would get a cardboard cutout of Osama bin Laden.
Oh my
Right.
god!
I mean, he's going to dialysis treatment. That man was apparently on dialysis.
Oh, he was on dialysis
for like
during the
20
9/11.
years.
Yeah, as the attacks were happening
Yeah.
in New York, he was on dialysis.
Yeah, in the hills of Afghanistan, he was on dialysis. He was carrying around. I mean, if anybody can give you spiritual energy to survive,
It's another
It's
dialysis
Osama bin
survivor.
Laden.
Osama.
If he can penetrate the most sophisticated airspace the world has ever known from a laptop in a cave while on a dialysis machine, why can't
What
I make
can't-
it through this?
yeah.
Exactly.
Make dialysis great again.
Make dialysis! Oh my god, that's hilarious. Yeah, what about I mean, like, what if? So he had a small picture, right? And then he
Right.
brought in a life-size cutout.
Correct.
So what
Let's
if to carry
slowly,
you through you
incrementally.
had like a picture of your deceased wife, and then the next week you bring in like a sex doll with her face printed over it. Now you don't fuck it. It's
But
just
it's
a human-
there.
It's just it's a 3D cutout of your dead wife, right? And
In a sex doll blow up kind of, pose, because that's the only pose it's going to have.
Yeah. I mean, they're not exactly known for being lifelike.
Hey, he's trying to survive
Or well
dialysis here.
clothed.
He could have a cardboard cutout of Reese McGuire.
That's what he included. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, while some might say the man in that last story is taking things too far, you may reconsider after hearing this. An Indian man and self-proclaimed Donald Trump worshiper has built a shrine in honor of the American president. He literally spent a month using 15 laborers to build the 6-foot statue of the reality TV star turned politician outside of his home for devotional purposes.
So he's way too rich and looking for places to spend his money.
Well, he's in India, so not exactly sure how rich he is, but...
I mean, any man that's able to hire 15 laborers and build a statue, in my opinion, is at the top of some hierarchy somewhere.
Look, at least he was spending his time, efforts, and his money doing this instead of sending pictures of his penis to people on the internet.
Oh my god.
Constructive.
He
He's
gave people
building.
so many jobs.
He did give jobs.
15 people jobs.
At least 15. Who knows how
He
many?
did
He's
create
like the Indian Trump.
Oh man.
But that is weird. How do you decide to worship? Like, how does that even occur to you?
I have the answer to this one. I do. Apparently, the Trump appeared to him in a dream, and it was like a sign to him that he was like, "I know what I must do. I must build a lifelike shrine and worship it and create rituals." And I've seen pictures like he does all kinds of rituals
Look,
with this thing.
if I started enacting everything that I've seen in my dreams,
it would not be good.
we would be in a lot of trouble.
20 years ago, nobody would have ever expected that he would have been president. Maybe 20 years from now, we can be like, man, we never thought that Donald Trump would have a cult. But I'll be damned if it's not a really
somebody's
low
calling
cult.
in.
Somebody's calling in.
Someone's calling in anyway.
Oh boy.
All right.
All right. Well, state your name and where you're calling from, caller. You're on the air.
This is Barry. Hi.
Hey, Mary.
Hi, Barry.
Hey, hey, I love your show. I was calling in because you guys kept talking about people, masturbating in Florida, and I was just disgusted. I'm so glad I live out here in Utah.
Oh, man,
you're
I don't
calling
blame
Are
you.
you guys in Florida
Yeah.
right now? Like, if you look out your window, is there going to be someone in your front yard just hitting it? Just
No,
beating on
no,
themselves?
Barry. It's not that bad. Yes, we have Florida people from coast to shiny coast, but there are a few normal Floridians left. Someone's got to man all the stations and work all the normal 9-to-5 jobs.
I Googled Florida before I called in, and I think I discovered the problem with like so many people you doing you know what out and you know where public. It's you have a lot of too many JUZs and not enough guns.
Wait, what? What is it?
You
What's
have a
wrong,
lot of-
Barry?
Okay, so segue. Did you guys watch the debate? Those socialist debates
And he
on
said, did you watch it?
CNN?
Actually, I watched some clips from it.
Same. Yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing. No.
Did you know everyone who's running as a Democrat is a JU?
Are you
It's
saying
nothing
Jew?
but JUZs up there. And they're all like competing with each other. See who can take my guns and my money and my freedoms the fastest.
Whoa.
Whoa! Okay. I know the Democrats have some pretty liberal views, but it's not just because they're Jewish.
And also, can I just please step in real quick? It's JEWS if we're gonna do spelling. And Barry, you do know that, right? I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, I see. I see.
Oh, we got
You're
another-
one of them, aren't you?
We got
You're
another
trying
caller.
to undercut my point by
Ah.
talking about something that's
Barry,
irrelevant.
Barry, we're gonna have to
All
pause you right
You're
there.
not-
We got
Excuse
another
me.
caller coming in.
Excuse me.
No, we have
Excuse me.
another caller coming in.
Y'all
Hello,
wanted me to
caller.
call in. Hello? Yeah, hi. Am I on the air?
Yeah, hi. Who's this?
Hey, you know me. It's Mac from Cincinnati. Is it Denisa? Can you hear me?
Oh my God. Hey, Mac.
Yeah, I wanted to call in because I got I it okay? I mean, you got mad at me last time when I did the plug, but I sponsor now, so can I talk about my new business? It's a really wonderful. It's wonderful. Everybody likes it.
As long as it's not scamming anybody or being weird.
No. I would never take advantage of anybody. But I heard this man that you were talking to, Barry. He sounds like someone I think I can help. Barry, are you still there on the air?
Barry, do we still have you? Okay.
Oh, hey, Barry. Hey, so I hear a lot of concern. It sounds like you've got some concerns with these, these communists, these Jewish communists, huh? Yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Oh, okay, guys.
The one is the president. Hey, calm down. I'm talking to my friend Barry, okay?
Anissa, I think we should...
I'm talking to my friend Barry about these Jewish communists you saw on the television.
Matt, rein it in.
Hey, I'm talking to my friend. Yeah, excuse me. My friend is talking. Yeah, so Barry, you know that the one of them, they could beat Donald Trump. They could be the next president of America. Oh, God, no. Harry, if Trump's no longer president, I feel like I'm going to lose my health care, and everyone's going to be on my front lawn just hitting themselves. It's going to get much worse than that. The problem's going to fail. They're going to round you up. People that have your views, people like you, they're probably going to, they're going to round up, they're going to fence off the entire state of Utah. Oh, no. Trust me, I know what we're capable of.
I feel like you're kind of, riling Barry up.
I need you to allow it to. Well, Barry, I wanted to tell you about a wonderful new product. I'm a restaurateur, so I'm a small business owner myself, so I'm very concerned as well. If these commies win, so I want to sell you some insurance. Insurance for what? Well, it's election insurance, because if Bernie Sanders or the Bloomberg or the fake Indian woman or the gay guy, if they win, they're all the same. If they win, they're going to be coming for people like us. So if you pay this money, oh no. Yeah, I can tell you, it's not going to be good. You know what a re-education camp is? No. Well, you'll find out if they win. But you don't have to. You don't have to be worried, because if you pay every month for my new insurance, my election insurance, then if Donald Trump's not the president, I pay out, and you're gonna have plenty of money to be able to take care of everything. Okay.
This sounds
You should go ahead
insane.
and give more details. I think more people should know about this kind of thing. How do we sign up? Well, you go to maximpossible.com/insurance.
That sounds...
That's a horrible name for an insurance company.
You know what?
Excuse me. You're not the ones who are trying to help this country. Yeah, I'm trying to help save lives.
We just want to be clear to cover ourselves. War on Warrens is not affiliated with Mac.
Well,
we don't want any of this backlash.
You might want to. You can, because they're going to be coming for you too. And if you can, look, it's a very small fee each month. Don't even worry about it. You won't even notice it coming out of your bank account. But Barry, while I got you on the line, I was just so I can get you set up and established at the low introductory rate of $1 a month or whatever, and it pays out huge.
Whoa, okay.
I feel like we should interject.
That's enough, Matt. That's enough.
Excuse me. Hold on, he's trying to protect me from the Jews.
Well, you guys...
Barry, I just need to get some routing information from you.
Absolutely not.
Okay, all right. Anissa, I think we should,
cut that right out. Got to stop letting that guy run ads on our show.
Oh, look, his money... I don't know what that new... He didn't tell me anything about a new product line or whatever. It didn't even make sense to me.
Max Impossible Insurance?
Impossible.
How do you pay $1 a month for insurance?
You don't.
Well, you don't, but he's got your credit card at that point, so you know.
Honestly, it's not the worst idea in the world, to get, because, taxes are going to go up, they all say.
Okay,
all right.
No,
on your own time.
On your own time.
All right, I just think we should invest.
Look, one thing that might make that insurance policy come in handy is the following story. Liberal groups and high-powered lawyers swarmed Detroit earlier this month to keep dead voters on the rolls.
On the rolls?
Yeah, on the rolls. Yeah, not off the rolls, on the rolls. Apparently, Detroit City Clerk Janice Winfrey and Director of Elections George Azouz were sued in December by the Public Interest Legal Foundation, an election integrity group, over its voter roll irregularities, which included thousands of deceased individuals appearing on the rolls. And apparently that's just fine with liberal supporters.
Hey, you know, dead people are still people too, and they deserve the
Yeah,
right
and they're
to-
not dead Russians, they're dead Americans.
Big difference.
How do we know how they would vote?
Because they're dead.
Because we just tally up their average and just kind of keep it going. Over,
Dead-
You
over
know
their
what?
history.
Dead people have been voting for Democrats since the 60s. They're not going to stop now.
Oh, God. Well, while we're on the topic of Democratic voters, one thing seems to be abundantly clear. Absolutely no one, dead or alive, is enthusiastic about presidential hopeful Michael Bloomberg. However, that's not stopping him from offering people $2,500 to praise him on their personal social media accounts in an effort to appear well-liked. Because nothing says cool like paying people to like you.
Hey, the coolest people are the richest people I know, so maybe there's a common denominator.
How many followers do we have?
I mean, we have enough.
Because I know I just said something about I was kidding about that. I was not talking about the Bloomberg campaign. I
If
personally, I mean, he did a good job, a great job in New York.
Wait, before you say anything, make sure he pays you.
I can.
Don't just give it away for free.
Don't
Yeah.
give away the farm. for
Remember
free.
La Quinta.
Yes, but I'm just saying, if you're listening, Mike, if I can call you Mike, my opinions can be changed.
Okay, moving on. We have our last story of the night, actually, a 36-year-old Ohio woman who was arrested for calling 911 to complain that her parents cut off her cell phone service. Saloni Ketter-Paul called the emergency line to demand that the cops show up to her parents' home over the dispute, at which point the operator gave her a warning to only call for police assistance for legitimate purposes. Now, despite that warning, she decided belligerently to call 911 again 2 hours later to again report her cell phone woes.
Clearly, her first world problems were not handled the first time she called.
Right.
So, you know how it is.
Yeah, I mean, these police might have had much more pressing concerns to handle. Like, you know, maybe there was somebody jerking off in a parking lot.
You know, I think we need to talk about cultural appropriation. You know, this Indian
Do
woman,
we?
yeah, is clearly appropriating basic white bitch tendencies. And
That's
I think she
the
needs to
point.
leave it alone and
Yeah,
leave that to us.
Right.
She's canceled.
Stop wearing
She's
my
canceled.
culture.
My Hollister jeans and entitlement are not a fucking
Fad.
yeah.
To be outplayed.
That's me. You're stealing.
Yeah. That's my entity.
It's my culture.
That's my
That's
culture.
my culture.
It's not
It's
a
not a
t-shirt
fashion
phrase.
statement.
And it's not cool, man.
It's not cool.
It's not cool.
Well, speaking of not cool,
Unlike Mike
looks like
Bloomberg.
we're getting another call. I can only imagine what this could be.
Hey, you know what? I know we're running kind of long, but I never want to leave our callers hanging.
Let's see what they got.
All right, bring them on. All right, caller, state your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, yeah. My name is Elsa. Is this Anissa?
Yeah, this is Anissa, and we've also got Jay here and Deus. How's it going?
Look, Anissa, as a woman to woman, I need to talk to you. Okay, look, Solani is making good points, and I think we all need to rally together and support her. Okay, first
Wait,
of all,
who's making
women
good points?
are still getting paid a percentage of
Wait.
what men are getting paid.
But, so you're saying that she was right to call 911 because her parents wouldn't pay her cell phone bill?
Because she's a woman?
Have you not called 911 for something stupid your parents have done? Look, all I'm trying to say is I work 30 to 35 hours a week. I blog. I'm on social media. I run 3 Instagram channels. Okay? But it's all internships. I'm not getting paid as much as the men in my family. For example, my father. Okay? So I also need a little bit of support from time to time.
Wait,
Well,
we're a
yeah,
little
it's hard.
confused here. So, what? You're working 35 hours a week and you're not getting paid?
Yeah, I already said, God, men don't listen. Anissa, back me up here. Look, I work hard. I do workout videos. I put them on my Twitch channel. I run 3 separate Instagram channels. Follow me at SRZABA as a young writer.
Oh, I'm starting to get it. Okay.
So look, Solani is just the voice
foreman of our issue, which is our families don't have our back.
But do you?
Especially the patriarchy doesn't have our back.
Well,
and we need to be supported.
How
we need
can
to be financially supported.
How can you call yourself a feminist if you're not independently supporting yourself?
Ooh, good point.
Wow, Anissa, I thought you'd for sure have my back here. The other two with penises on your show, I didn't expect them to have my back, but I expected you to have my back. Look, I work hard. I work almost 36, 37 hours a week sometimes. Sometimes I even have to do other little odd jobs, to make ends meet. But it's like my mom and my dad, my mom just does whatever my dad does, first of all. That's just like a boomer issue that I see all over the place. Don't even get me started. But if you want to hear more about that, you can follow my blog.
Hey, Elsa, I think the point is that she called a public line that's usually like reserved for people who are dying, and she took it up for an issue when no one was actually like in life-threatening danger.
I think it's an emergency. I think we need to band together right now. Elizabeth Warren says it best, but not as good as Michael Bloomberg. I'll get to that in a second. Look,
what?
Listen. Everyone needs to support women, and if we're not supporting women, then you're not following the American code of honor and ethics. And I think absolutely 911 is the first thing that you should do. 911 is the only thing that we should be doing, because that's the only way that our voices are going to get heard.
So everyone should just call 911.
I won't have a man telling me when I'm allowed to call 911 for.
What do you think Michael Bloomberg would do? He tells you what kind of soda you can drink.
Wait, Elsa, hold on. If you need to call, why didn't you call 911 and say all this instead of calling our radio show?
Yeah, that's a good point.
They told me I'm not allowed to call for another 48 hours.
Oh, patriarchy, huh? Okay, I'm sorry,
but
sorry to hear
I have
that.
a timer on, and as soon as that 48 hours is up, I'm going to be calling them again. I stand with you, Solani. I stand with you. Follow me at ElsaTVG, and then you can read the rest of it in my blog. But before I go, I just want to say Michael Bloomberg is the coolest, and if he did want to hit me up and be featured in my blog, willing to go to bat for him.
Okay, clearly you're just trying to get a paycheck from Michael Bloomberg, Elsa. Thank you for calling in.
But I will say that I have seen the inside of his yacht, and he is the shit. He is the fucking bee's knees, guys.
Wow.
Rowley Bloomberg.
Wow. Did you fuck Michael Bloomberg, Elsa?
I would not be opposed to it. I am proud.
Wow!
I am a St. Petion, and I am a Bloomberger.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Oh, okay, that...
Whoa.
See, clearly was one of the people getting paid by Bloomberg, right?
Yeah, very clearly.
I was feeling it too.
Okay, that was... I'm just saying, if he's actually cashing these checks, I'm not opposed to it.
You know what?
My morals aren't that strong.
We got another Bloomberger over here.
Yeah. I'd like to see the inside of his yacht.
You know what, David? We are clearly out of time. We're going to have to wrap this one up.
Yeah. All right, well, it's been great having you guys on the show today.
Yeah,
welcome back.
Thanks for having us in.
It's fun. You guys really need to control who calls into your show.
Yeah, we really do.
Look into that.
Yeah, we're hiring for a phone screener if anybody's out there.
Yeah.
All right, have a good week, folks.
Get down on your knees and pay $1,000